All right, guys, how you doing? It's Monday. It's 2 days before Christmas. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and I'm doing this video for the second time now because for whatever reason I forgot to record the audio on the first one. So, hey, double trouble. Anyhow, so this is Damon from Beaunique Boutique. I'm doing a review of some pendants we had made. We've had these sitting around for a little while, but we haven't posted them yet. So I figured before we post them, I'd do a little video. And if anybody's interested in picking one up prior to us listing them online, please reach out to us via DM on Facebook, on our Facebook page, or you can reach us on live chat on our website. The information will be in the video description. So I wanted to go through these pendants real quick. What we have here is these are all custom made for Beaunique Boutique by our friends in Indonesia. We source the stones from India and we have it shipped to Indonesia directly, and then my wife works with a family that actually makes the jewelry. So these are all stainless steel. We do stuff in silver. However, in this instance, we did these all in stainless just because it saved on some of the cost. And we've had a few people that didn't want silver, actually. Some of the 925, depending on where it's made, can contain traces of nickel and stuff. And some people have metal allergies, which may irritate their skin and stuff. So stainless steel usually doesn't do that. It doesn't tarnish, it doesn't fade, it's very corrosion resistant, and it keeps the shine pretty good. So, and you can save some money. So these pendants are all around the $40 price range. Some are a little cheaper, some a little more. It just depends, but if you reach out to us, we'll work with you to make sure you get the pendant you want at the price you can afford. So let me start off here with this one. This is my favorite. This is a Malachite pendant. It's got a little bit of like a scalloped edge on it. It's a huge piece of malachite, as you can see, and I love this stone. I think this is a beautiful looking piece of malachite. Very green, a lot of the swirls in it, a lot of like the round bubble looking stuff, and this little part right here is my favorite. It just looks like it's a different world inside of there you're gonna enter. But again, nice stone, nice clean stone. It's just a beautiful piece of malachite, and a really good deal. If you think about the stone cost itself and the labor that went into this, it's amazing. You can get something like this for 40 bucks. You try to buy this at a store, it's gonna cost you $500. So great deal there. We have some Druzy. Druzy is a classic stone. I mean, anybody that knows anything about stones, knows Druzy. You see it all over the place. They sell it. I see it at Sugar Boom Co. sells Druzy. All kinds of places sell it. But these are nicely cut, nice and thin cut, so you're not wearing a huge rock on your chest. But this will look good with like a pair of jeans and a t-shirt or something like that. It's just an interesting conversation starter. Like if somebody sees this, they know you're into stones and you like things that sparkle and shine, and it's just a cool piece to wear. We have two of those. Here's another. I'll knock over the elephant. Poor guy. Here's another one that's a Druzy mixed with a malachite chrysocolla. You can see the blue on the chrysocolla here, and then the regular malachite's there. But this is a nice large piece with these blades. Reminds me of an airplane propeller, but I'm sure my wife would say it's a flower or some kind of butterfly or something, so dragonfly maybe. But we got a piece of Druzy here on the bottom, and then that nice chrysocolla malachite up there, and again the scalloped edge. It's kind of a David Yurman look. We do like David Yurman. We don't copy their stuff, but again, that scallop look is a lot of David Yurman stuff has that, and it's a really cool look. So I got that pendant there. Got a piece of lace agate. It's a lace agate heart. If you're into hearts, it's really neat. It kind of looks like Jupiter. Has a Jupiter look to it, kind of like the surface of Jupiter, or I wouldn't say Saturn, but more so Jupiter. Really cool though. If you like hearts, this one's a really nice piece. Almost has a Cupid vibe to it with like a bow. The heart theme, we got another one here. This is a jasper. I don't know what kind of jasper it is. It's just a jasper, but really pretty piece. You got the little flower or petal here and a little leaf or feather here, depending on what you want to call it. But beautiful stone. I'll make it a little closer on this one. This is really nice looking. Look at that pattern, the colors on that. And they all shine really nice. But they do a great job in India. We have friends in Indonesia, but we also have a team in India that we're talking with every single day, and they custom cut these stones for us. You know, I mean, you can get stones from anywhere, but we look for specific stones, some properties in them, and we have those sent over and cut. So what we do. Here's a moss agate one. We have a lot of moss agate stuff. This one's interesting because it almost has like, it looks like rust, but it's not. It's just an interesting pattern in there, like flowers in a lake or whatever you want to see in there. But this is an interesting piece. You know, someone would look at us and go, "Huh, what is that?" And you could start a conversation talking about your stone. But beautiful heart there. Let's see, what do we got next? Here's a fossilized coral. This is really neat. Kind of looks like a, if I can get it to focus here. Come on, focus. There we go. I knew what to do at some point. Really cool pattern on these. Looks like it's from the dinosaur age. Looks like a piece of modern art, actually. But this is art by God. God created this and left it in the earth, and somebody dug it up and polished it, and it looks beautiful. They did a great job on this one. So, really cool piece. Interesting, and again, conversation starter. Going on the moss agate trend. Here's a huge moss agate. This is definitely a statement piece. Really neat, see-through. You can see my finger behind this, but moss agate, a lot of it is very clear, and then you have this like a moss inclusion. If you can see the top piece the most there with that inclusion look, it looks like literally like a lake with moss on it. Very, very neat. I love moss agate, and I also love garden quartz. Garden quartz is probably my favorite stone. I have one right here. I can still spotlight here. This is garden quartz. It's similar to moss agate, but you know, quartz is a harder, clearer crystal. And this one actually has a anhydro. I'd have to spin it around for a half hour and figure out where it is. But with the anhydro, you can actually turn it left and right, and there's a little bubble that will move around, and it's really cool. Just imagine how long this was sitting on the ground with that little bubble of air and water moving around for thousands and thousands of years. Somebody dug it up and managed to figure that out. So really cool. This piece is not technically for sale, so it's my personal collection. But anyhow, back to this moss agate here. So yeah, this is a really cool statement piece. Maybe I can get focus here. There we go. It's pretty big too. You see the size of my hand. I don't have a overly small hand, and it's a large piece, but it would look really good. Maybe you can see in the little tiny box I have here. I'm 6 foot, and this is a large pendant on me. So here is palm root. Has a black and tan look. If you drink Guinness, you'd be into this. But it's got a cool look. It's that black and kind of like almost a bonish color here. Very interesting. Don't see a ton of palm root anywhere. And again, it's a nice pendant with a little leaf on the side here to accent it. Very nice. Something different that you definitely don't see every day. Amazonite. So the story with Amazonite for us was that my wife went into a Tiffany's and found out about Amazonite and became obsessed with it. It kind of has a Larimar look. If you like Larimar, you'll love Amazonite. Amazonite's a little more sheen. It's a little shinier. If you see on the camera, it's got like a kind of like a metallic look to it almost. Like little rainbows inside of there. Very beautiful stone. Not overly common. You don't see a ton of it. I'm not saying it's an overly expensive stone, but it's just, you just don't see a lot of it, and it's very, very pretty when you do it right. Here we have this is sedimentary turquoise. So we do sell like solid turquoise pieces that are mined from the ground. This is basically turquoise that's been used for something else, ground up the little pieces, and then they kind of form it together. Sometimes they use copper, sometimes malachite, you'd see here. But it just kind of forms into this little brick, and then they cut it and polish it. We don't lie and say it's, we mine this. This is manufactured. It is real stone, but it is, manufactured after the fact to make it look like this. So But it's pretty. I mean, it's a nice small piece, but the color on it's amazing. You got that really vibrant blue, reminds you of the ocean. And then on the back, you could almost wear this pendant both ways because the back you have that cool brown and green look. Looks like rivers coming together on a map. So neat little piece there, two sided, double the fun. We have a Labradorite heart. We have a ton of Labradorite. Everybody sells Labradorite, but my wife really does search for the unique pieces of Labradorite. Now this one was cut into a heart and it just happened to form really well. And the way the light catches this one is really cool. If you look on it at some angles, it has no sheen, no color at all. And then when you look at it like this, it's just it just glows. I mean, you could see when it catches the light, it just turns blue and like a yellow and all kinds of crazy colors. We do have some Labradorite that is like purple and reds and everything else. And if you want something custom made, we could always set you up with what stone you want, figure out the exact stone and color you want, and then put you into whatever design you want. It would take a while, you figure it was about a month lead time for that, but we could definitely make it happen for you and get you into the piece you want. Um, we have some rutilated quartz here. We have two pieces of it. I'll just show it at the same time. It's a quartz with basically some tight with the golden rutilated quartz. It's like a titanium inclusion. Um, so it's these like spears of titanium. It almost looks like baklava, which is kind of making me hungry. Or Dubai chocolate if you watch the other video. But it's got these little inclusions, these little rods of like a titanium mineral in there that form at different angles, and it's a neat thing. There's all kinds of rutilated quartz, different colors, different clarities. Some are all clear with the rutilated in there, and then these are more opaque colored, but neat little pendants there. One more manufactured stone in here I will show is this spiny oyster turquoise. So oyster, however you want to pronounce it. This is basically sedimentary turquoise pieces. There's malachite in here, there's shell in here, and then there's spiny oyster in there, which is the orange pieces. We have different kinds of this. Some of it's more blue, some's got more white in there. Some of them look like Miami Dolphins emblems, literally. It's just the Miami Dolphin stone. But this one is a very unique piece. It's more clear, and you can kind of see the way they put the stone together. Again, it's manufactured. They put a bunch of stuff into a machine and kind of like press it with an epoxy type stuff and turn it into this polishable stone and cuttable stone. But I can make it focus. There we go. But it's a cool piece. You're not buying it because it came out of the ground like this, but you're buying it because it's a nice piece to wear. It's a very interesting piece of jewelry. It goes with all kinds of funky colors, or just black or yellow. Look really neat with, but a cool piece of jewelry nonetheless. Here's a tiny one. Don't get lost back here. Here's a piece of obsidian. This is just a tiny little obsidian piece. We had a big chunk of this. My wife's aunt gave us a large chunk of obsidian, and we had it sent over to India to cut. They made a bunch of different pendants for us. I'll have to show some in another video, but this was one of the smaller pieces. But it's a cool little little pendant. It's very very small, can fit on a very thin chain. But you don't see this very often. You don't see somebody wearing an obsidian pendant like this. It's just a really pretty, tiny little thing. Move on to another piece of malachite. There's a large malachite pendant, not as big as the first one, but this is a double with a little round cabochon here. Beautiful malachite with a lot of swirls in it. Kind of see all the swirling in there. And then like a little bit like a rope edge on this one. Some of them are scalloped. This one's more of a rope. It's not exact like the scalloping would be. You can see it's actually a cut stone here. There we go. Very nice piece of malachite in here. And again, for $40, I mean, This does not look like a $40 pendant to me. I'm sorry. It at least looks like a $100 pendant if you're bargain shopping. But you know, being that it's these are all handmade, um, I don't know. It looks more expensive than they are. And again, if they were set in silver, yeah, they would be more money. But we did these in stainless for a reason. There's a reason for it, and you benefit from it. Next up, I got a little double malachite. It's not that small, but smaller than some of the other ones. This one has a bit of blue in it. It's not, you know, fully Chrysocolla, but it is a bit of blue. Uh, but two good looking stones. A very unique pendant. You don't see a lot of stuff like this. Again, my wife designs a lot of the stuff and works with them to have it looking the way it does, and it's very unique. A couple more before we call this video quits. There's a triangular malachite. You don't see a ton of triangular malachite. And this has a really cool pattern. It almost looks like smoke, like green smoke on the malachite, like it was swirling. Very, very cool. Really nice piece. Then one more piece of malachite. This is a huge pendant with a very interesting hole in the pendant. The hole goes all the way through, and that malachite, you can see my hand on the bottom of it if you really looked. It's just some things you put a hole in it, you're like, oh, it's messed up. Somebody, you know, but this one, the hole was already there, and the hole happens to be around this like swirling, like where it just kind of comes out. Um, Interesting. You know, this is something somebody would look at and go, huh, weird. And this is malachite. I mean, it's actual malachite. There's the unpolished side, and then here's where it's been polished, and you know, a big piece of malachite, and just very cool pattern on that, with the interesting setting too. So this is definitely a somebody looks at this and goes, huh, where did you get that? So cool. And then two more pieces. So we have Chrysocolla. Chrysocolla is one of my favorite stones. Actually, hang on here. I gotta roll back all the way back here. Oh, and I have something else to show, which is the Miami Dolphin stone. I'll show that. So here's a ball of Chrysocolla. So it's I just, you know, I love malachite. I love malachite. This is a really nice malachite sphere. That's beautiful feathering. But Chrysocolla is just a different color. I mean, these are very similar. Actually, they're identical size, but you know, you can see the difference between malachite and Chrysocolla. Um, you can see where the malachite is on there. They're usually found in the same location. They're just awesome stones. I love both. And then I wanted to show we had the doesn't fall on the floor back there. I was talking about the Miami Dolphin stone for the spiny oyster turquoise. Here's the, you know, you can see these are very, very different colors, but this is one we call the Miami Dolphin stone. It's just it's just the orange, white, and blue and turquoise. We have a ton of this. Um, so we had when this was first introduced, we bought a bunch of it. So if you're looking for something custom done in this pendant, we can definitely make it work for you. I could show you pieces. We can go live if you want one-on-one, and I could show you what we have, and show you piece by piece so you can pick out what you want. But that was kind of cool. And lastly here, we have a piece of purple chalcedony inlaid in, I honestly don't know what stone this is right here, but there's a purple chalcedony right there. It kind of looks like a painting, or a bird of some type here with a beak. This just, or mountains maybe. Like if you've ever seen like Iceland, it kind of looks like if you're in Iceland and then you have all the icy mountains in the background and the fjord, and then you have like the foreground where the grass is kind of like a yellowish color, yellow green. It kind of looks like a painting. This is a really, really beautiful piece. You really don't see much like this at all, which is why she decided to turn it into a pendant. You know, we buy a lot of stones, and she picks out the most interesting ones to make into pendants, and then some of the other ones just get sold off at, you know, for other jewelry makers. But this is the stuff that we keep for ourselves to do, and a lot of it tells a story. A lot of it again looks like something else. You know, we call it art by God, which I'll do a video on shortly to show you guys. But yeah, really cool. So if you're interested in any of these pendants, oh wait, I have one more left here. Sorry, one more malachite hiding back here. Small one, double malachite, little arrowhead type with a little oval cabochon up top there. Nice piece of malachite here. Actually, it's very gemstone like almost. If you look at it, if you can see it up close, it's kind of like very smooth. Looks like something else. Looks like my emerald or something. But really cool piece of malachite, of course. And yeah, nice little pendant. So if you're interested in any of these, again, check our video description. You're going to see ways to contact us either through our Facebook page or our website. You could do a live chat. We're going to have more ways to contact us coming up soon. But whatever you need, let us know. We're here. We do custom jewelry. We sell stones. You know, we have everything. So hit us up and hope to see you guys soon. Thanks.